All right, guys, I'm still here on Sunday afternoon. Needed a little outside time, a little fresh air, so I'm in another one of my garden beds, and you can see me doing a little digging here. This garden bed by the front of my house, and it has mostly perennials in it. And when I was cleaning out the greenhouse in the back of the school, that was one of our potential locations for our fish to go, and they didn't go there. I found some bulbs that we had as a student project last year that they had raised them and sold them for people, but then there was some that were left over and some that some mice had eaten, and then we just kind of left them there. So when I was cleaning out the pots, I realized there was some that were still alive. Whoa, pretty cool. So I brought them home. I'm going to plant them. And in this bed, it's kind of taken over by this. It's a mass planting, and that we want there, but you can see that that's kind of starting to grow this way, and those roots that I was just pulling out is the same thing. It's called Pachysandra, and Pachysandra is a great perennial, great ground cover, but you also have to make sure that it's not taking over the place, as it appears to be doing in this bed a little bit. So I'm pulling out some roots, make sure that that Pachysandra stays where it's supposed to and doesn't take over as much. But what I'm going to do is plant some of these bulbs in here. So to plant bulbs, you can use a bulb planter, but you can also just use a trowel. And you want to get them down nice and deep, a few inches, 4, 5, 6 inches would be great, and that protects them. So some of these are not in great shape, but I'll tell you, I have 3 different kinds of bulbs here. So I have some, just some daffodil bulbs. I've got a few of those. And this is really interesting because this bulb was in a pot over the summer and last winter. You can see how it's reproducing, how it kind of molds off of the side of itself and grows a little baby bulb, and that can be separated off. Over time, if you have clumps of these, then they can be separated, and that's how you get new bulbs. Same thing down here. You can see the little baby bulb coming off the side. This is a narcissus. Looks a lot like a daffodil, but it's smaller. And I think this one's another daffodil bulb. And most of the ones in the bottom here are grape hyacinth. Same thing, the little baby ones are grape hyacinth that have come off of the larger bulbs. And some of them are super tiny, but they'll probably survive. We'll see. We'll put a few in the ground here and see how they go. And the daffodils, I am probably going to put into a different bed, I think. But maybe we'll leave the narcissus down here. Then we just cover her right back up. And like I said, that's gonna come out of the ground here in a little bit, and then we should have some pretty spring flowers, and then that will be a perennial that will keep regrowing. All right, hope you enjoyed learning how to plant bulbs. Bye now.